The movie opens with the narrator mentioning that it takes place in a world where humans have never discovered lying and everything is absolute truth. Sometimes, it may make people look mean, but they have no other choice. The scene cuts to Mark Bellinson, who's considered to be fat and a little loser, but the narrator tells us his life will change completely after he tells the first lie in human history. Mark arrives at the apartment of his date, Anna, and seems nervous about it. Anna opens the door and reveals that he is early and that she had been masturbating before he came. She gets permission to get ready and informs him that, most likely, she will finish masturbating. Mark is turned on when she returns after completing her unfinished business and wishes their date to end with making out. But Anna says without any hesitation that she does not find him attractive. Eventually, they reach the hotel, and after they get to their table, a waiter approaches them, revealing how much he hates the job. After the waiter leaves to get the drinks, Mark questions Anna about her, and she tells him she is very pretty and very rich compared to him. Soon, the waiter returns, and being honest, he confesses that he took a sip of Anna's juice. After confirming Anna is Mark's date, he informs Mark that the girl is way out of his league. The waiter then leaves to get their order ready, after which Anna gets a call from her mother and proclaims that she is not interested in Mark because of his snub nose and frog-like neck area. After spending their time together, Mark drops Anna back at her apartment when he thanks her for the date, although it was pity on his friend Greg's behalf. Questioned about what she thinks about Mark, Anna claims she needs some time as she is drunk enough. Still, she kisses him on the cheek and leaves. The next day, Mark is in a lift when he meets Frank, who questions him about his day. Mark informs him he spent last night with his crush, who is probably not going to see him again, and he will lose his job. When asked about his day, Frank reveals that he tried to commit suicide last night and ended up throwing up painkillers as he was scared. Mark is stunned to hear this and reaches his office, where he meets Shelley, who directly tells him how much she hates him, and that she has updated everyone that he is getting fired today. Mark goes to his office and reads an email from Anna stating that she is not romantically interested in him based on his looks and his financial status. Mark is sad after reading it when Shelley tells him that she liked the part that she said based on his looks. Mark wonders if she has read his email, but she replies that she has made everyone read it. Soon Mark's boss, Anthony, comes to see him and hesitantly reveals that he wants to fire Mark from his job but is scared that he will be depressed. Despite his hesitation and everything, Anthony fires him and leaves. Mark gets his stuff and sees Shelley, who wishes him good luck after saying that she hated every moment of working for him. Suddenly, Mark's most hateful colleague, Brad Kessler, approaches him, who is happy that he has been fired. Brad tells him he is way better than Mark, but still, there is something about Mark that scares him, which is why he hates him. Mark leaves the office and goes to see his mother at the old house. As he enters, the receptionist informs him his mother will die soon, which hurts him. He meets his mother, Martha, in her room, struggling to watch TV. Mark tells her they're losers, but Martha replies that they could have been worse as they still have a roof over their heads. He tells her about losing the job, but Martha seems unbothered by this. Mark is in his room when he hears a knock and finds his landowner asking for the rent. When asked to pay $300, the landowner orders him to arrange for a truck to leave the apartment. Mark goes to the bank to get his payment when he learns that their system is down. The receptionist manually performs his transaction and asks questions about the amount. It is the time when a random thought hits Mark's mind and he claims to have $800 in his account. Suddenly the system is fixed, and the lady learns that Mark has $300 in his account, due to which he panics. But as no one lies in their world, the lady gives him $800 and assumes there may be a fault in their system. Mark is excited to have the money and pay his rent. He is happy after thinking he has done something no one has ever thought of, and he considers it his greatest discovery. Later, he is at the bar and talks to his friends, Jim and Greg, about his previous experience. He tries his best by changing his name and declaring himself the inventor of the bicycle, but his friends believe everything he says. He asks them what they would do if they could do anything in the world, and Greg tells him he will make love to women. Mark likes the idea and finds an attractive lady whom he informs that the world will end if they don't make out. The woman panics and agrees. After they get a room and the lady is ready, Mark realizes he is doing something wrong and pretends to be talking to NASA. He discloses to the lady that they are out of danger now and lets her go. He returns to Greg and repeats his question, but Mark realizes he will make money if he can do anything. He takes Greg with him and reaches a casino when the receptionist tells them that most of their games are rigged, and even if they win, the house will find a way to win the money back. Mark uses his newly discovered ability and makes a large amount of cash by cheating and lying about winning the games. The following day, Mark meets Frank, and he feels sad after learning that he tried to kill himself again. Mark guides him to find someone and live his life. He claims to be the one who cares for him, which cheers Frank, and he is happy to invite him to go out. Later, Mark helps a homeless man get enough money that can help him be something in his life. Mark is happy to discover his new way of living, and it helps a fighting couple solve their issues. He makes the old patients happy just by using the words they want to hear. In the evening, he talks to Anna about another date, but she denies it at first. Mark assures her that he has changed and thinks he is in her league now. Intrigued, Anna agrees on the condition that it will be their last date. After that, Mark watches TV, and when the narrator declares Brad as the greatest screenplay writer, Mark thinks of a plan and spends the whole night writing. After he is done, he spreads tea over the pages to make them look old and goes to his office, where everyone is stunned to see him. Mark meets Anthony and says that after he was fired, he went to the desert and laid under a palm tree, where he found a historical incident that occurred around 700 years ago, but no one knows about it. Anthony's irritated at first, but as Mark starts reading, he calls his employees to hear the story. They are all impressed to hear Mark's made-up story about two lovers, including Mars, nude Amazonian aliens, and dinosaurs. In the end, he mentions how the king erased everyone's memories, and that he was destined to find the story and deliver it to the world. In the evening, Anna and Mark go on a date when he tells her he has become successful and is in her league now. Still, Anna replies that her kids will have his 50 genetic makeup, and she does not want kids with a snub nose. Mark accepts the rejection and gets a phone call. He rushes to the hospital and learns from the doctor that his mother can die at any time at night. Martha is scared of death and ending up in an eternity of nothingness. Mark's mind clicks, and he comforts his mother by lying that she will be with her loved ones after the death and will get a mansion where she can dance, run, and jump. She becomes happy after hearing this and passes away with a smile on her face. The doctor and nurses are shocked to hear what Mark said and ask for more, but he cries. After his mother's funeral, Mark returns home and finds many people gathered in front of his house, as they all want to know what happens after death. All the news channels are covering this news when Anna hears it and rushes to see Mark. Anna insists on knowing what he did, and Mark tries to explain that he lied about the afterlife to make his mother happy. Anna hears the made-up things and asks Mark to tell people what they want. Mark buys some time from everyone and starts writing on a page. After completion, Mark is ready to confront people and uses a pizza box to hold the paper in his hand. He reaches among the people and tells them that there is a man above the sky who controls every good and bad thing happening on Earth and in their lives. He announces that the man in the sky gives everyone a mansion and the chance to live with their loved ones for eternity in return for good deeds. He adds that he gives people 3 chances to do bad things and repent, and if they don't, he sends them to the worst place. People understand that this life is a test for them and ask some stupid questions during the speech. Mark answers them and ignores a few, and this way, he completes his speech. After that day, the news reported many news stories about the man in the sky and that NASA was looking for him. Mark reaches new heights of success and notices Anna getting closer to Brad, which makes him jealous. He buys a mansion and enjoys his time with Greg and Anna. One day they sit in a park when Mark makes a fake story about how he saved a kid from fire and the bear. Suddenly, he notices Anna's judgmental nature and asks her to look at different people in the park. She judges them by their looks and calls everyone a loser. Mark draws her attention toward a couple, and after she has made her statement about them, Mark tells her to see positive things in them and reveals that they are in love with each other. Anna is impressed and asks him what he thinks of her. Mark gets emotional and proclaims that she is the sweetest person he has met in her life and that she is the prettiest. When he asks the same questions about himself, she replies that he is chubby and has a snub nose. Mark is disappointed, but then Anna proclaims he is the best man she has met, and he makes her feel special. Mark gets closer to kiss her, but Anna does not allow him, stating that his genetics are still the same and she does not want fat kids. After a few days, Anna approaches Mark with a birthday present and tells him she's going on a date with Brad. Mark panics after hearing this and requests that she not make out with him on the first day, as these things are better after marriage. Anna understands this and asks him to check his present. Upon checking, he finds a coupon to make love with Anna. But now it's too late, as he has forbidden her from doing such things before marriage. Soon Brad joins them and takes Anna with him. Anna and Brad are at the dinner table when Brad appears to be very controlling and even decides what Anna will eat. Anna hesitates and gets a call from her mother, but Brad takes the call and disconnects, stating that her mother is annoying. Mark spends his days sadly and is having fun with Frank and Greg when he asks them whether they are happy after hearing about the man in the sky. They reply that they are happy, and when asked about finding someone, Frank states he has given up on that, as he will eventually get eternal happiness after death. Days keep passing until one day, Anna comes to see Mark and is shocked to see him with long hair and a beard. She gives him her marriage invitation with Brad and requests that he come. Brad explains to her that she doesn't deserve this and asks her not to marry him, but Anna ignores him. Mark wakes up hearing the noises and finds Greg and his suit waiting for him. Greg passes him a razor to shave and encourages him to say that he is not yet lost. After a while, they arrive at the church to attend Anna's marriage ceremony. While Mark seems sad, Anna joins Brad on the stage, and the couple is taking vows when Mark interrupts, stating he has better genetics to offer. He talks to Anna and tries to make her believe that she wants happiness in her life and that he can provide it, as they are best friends. He claims to be a better father for her kids and ensures their financial safety. Still, Anna refuses to join him, and Mark leaves sadly. He is outside the church when Anna approaches him. He confesses that there is no man in the sky and that he did it to make his mother happy. Anna does not understand it and asks him why he did not lie when she asked whether being rich could change his genetics. Mark replies that he loves that, which makes Anna change her decision. After a few years, Mark is seen happy and narrates that he got Anna, who still does not understand how he lies. He claims to be the only man who can lie, and then he looks at his son, lying about the food Anna just served them. Mark and his son make excuses and prefer eating bread to the food Anna prepared, and the movie ends here.